Right guys, Mark Crossfield here. I'm hitting Vokey wedges and everyone knows how good I am with my wedges. And I'm going to hit a series of shots using the different grinds. So I've got 5 different grinds and we're going to see if I can actually feel the difference in any of them. We're then going to move to a different situation because we've got bunkers here, we've got different lies, and maybe go through all of them again, or just choose the ones that I'm already liking and then see how they work in some different lies. Should we get stuck in? So we've got Jeremy just off camera here. Jeremy's gonna talk me through the process as we go on to other things. But you want me to do this blind, Jeremy?
I want you to do this blind, and I only want you to really hit 2 or 3 good ones with each before you shift. We see a lot of good golfers will start to adjust based on what they feel.
Okay. So obviously looking down at the board here, I mean I can't see any difference.
One thing I noticed right away is very different divot pattern
On
between
those
first two. Look at that those first 2 divots compared to those second 2. It's
The
neither
second
good
2
nor
would-
bad, just different.
Well, the second 2 were deeper, weren't they?
They were. How would you assess those first 3?
The second one being, it felt like it was getting more stuck in the ground than the other 2.
Okay.
So struggling to feel anything on 3, only the second one that I would call any difference on.
You want to hit specifically the second one again?
Yeah, well, all the others felt no difference.
Okay.
So they could have been the same club in my mind, that turf, that length of shot. So this one I couldn't work out. See, this one feels like it's going in and not coming out of the turf as well. But on that occasion it was fine.
And that's what we see. That's why Voke would say only take a couple of swings, because as you know, right before you hit that shot, you said, I know this one's digging a little bit, and all of a sudden you as a good player are going to adjust. So I want you taking your stock swings that you're going to have. So that's an important one. That's why Voke would say, that's why we're only doing a couple at a time.
Yeah. Right, so we've moved closer. We're going to go tighter lie, and we're going to go over the bunker to that green, which I think is running away from me a little bit. Look at him smirking. He knows this is all going to end in tears, doesn't he? So that was nipped. I mean, America doesn't do bare lies like the UK, does it?
Not quite. We don't get quite as firm and fast and thin as you all do.
Don't go in. So that's 2. Should we switch?
There you go.
That was a nice spin. No bounce needed when you don't touch the ground. That
one sounds a little scruffy to me through the turf. The other one was a little cleaner.
Yeah.
Just from my ear.
Yeah.
Just purely listening. For this process, it's all about making sure your good shots are good,
Yeah.
and your bad shots aren't as bad as you think they should be.
Yeah.
More height on that one.
That was going
here you
in.
go.
That was going in.
Okay. Why don't you hit this one again for me now? Right after that one you just hit. Now what we're going to have compared to the last one and this one, same grind, shape, different bounce angles.
Oh.
See if we can
Feel
feel
it.
anything there. About 5 degrees more bounce on the prior one than this one. back again. Feel different or just sound different?
I can't feel anything. I know this is a higher bounce and that's a lower bounce.
No, because you looked at it, or no, because you could something about it?
Possibly, like if I put that down by the ground, I can see it. Like that one's hugging more than that. I can see that, like there's shadow, and I can see that. I can feel it at address.
Mm-hmm.
Like parking a car, you know, I can feel
Sure.
that hasn't got a big lump at the back, and that has.
And yet, shots we saw, we could hear some difference.
Yeah, but that's going to be hitting higher or lower, isn't it?
That's going to be a function of that bounce changing your strike location.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
So I'm instantly feeling the lower bounce makes more sense to me, because I feel like I can. On this lie, I don't care. But as soon as we get any worse,
Right.
I feel like I want not a load of chunk behind it.
Yep. Understood. When you make a bad swing, making sure it lands on the green there and not falling into this bunker or falling up short in the fringe there. And that's the benefit you'll get from bounce. Bounce often can be forgiveness for the wedge.
Yeah, yeah.
Bounce for a golfer who has inconsistencies can provide a little bit of help. And then for the sake of argument, given our close proximity, and we might as well, is I'm going to have you jump in that bunker and hit a few for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What was that one? Why was that different?
It didn't feel any different to me. I threw it a bit further.
Yep, it was higher.
Yeah, it came out higher.
Okay. Give me that shot.
Up to there, yeah.
Yep.
Stand back, gentlemen. Oh, don't shank it.
Okay, hit this one. And that's the one I wanted to see.
Yeah, so the strikes on those two felt better.
And your divot was different.
Yeah.
So try that shot again, hit this one for me.
Divots were different because I came out, where this one I got stuck.
That's right. So hit that one for me now.
So again, this is where this whole thing is, Mark, right? Of understanding all the shots, and yes, it's small variables, but it's where you're finding
There's small
the
variables,
most shots you can play with it, right?
and I would say there's small variables for a player of your caliber.
Yeah.
So for you, you getting stuck means something different than for someone who's a 10-12 handicap getting stuck.
Yeah. Oh, I can get proper stuck. Don't worry about that.
I haven't seen it yet.
This is American turf. Like, this is like cheating.
Ah, okay.
This is making me look like I have a short game.
I haven't seen that one yet. Here you go. I think this is the shot where we found a difference for you, from my observation.
Yeah.
And now just for fun,
So that one on those going, that one feels like that's gliding through more. That one.
that one,
Look
good
at
luck
it.
getting that one stuck.
Say that again?
Good luck getting that one stuck.
Yeah, this is.
You'd have to be very hands forward if you want to get that one stuck, but with your technique, I'd have a hard time believing you'd ever get that one stuck.
Yeah, so because I'm here.
Yes. Because your hand's neutral.
I'm not.
You're
like
not.
this.
Yeah, you're not hands forward out here, right?
I'm not Josh.
That's right. But you are. But when you say glide, the funny thing about that is that's the most bounce we offer. That's the K.
Yeah, yeah.
So I put it in just to get kind of a course correction on us.
So I've played K.
Yep.
I had a 60K off you guys, a black one, a while ago. Do you remember, Chris, or not?
I do.
Because it was at Celtic, I think we tested it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that was that was the introduction of the K.
Yeah.
SM4.
SM5. Yep.
And that one, did I hit that one out of the bunker and have an opinion?
You did.
Was it good or bad?
It was good.
Yeah, because I feel like that out of the bunker I'm happy with.
Yes.
Nice bit of fat at the back, bounce it out.
Yes. Correct.
Look at that grouping, Chris. Player! There it is.
Oh my.
There it is. Player!
And now I'm going to go back to this one because I don't want to see that shot again. By the way, that one you just hit, and every time you've had a grab, it's the L, 04.
Right.
That's why this is so critical. As I said up there,
So if you give me that one back, so that's the 04.
that's the 04L.
So I need to, you ain't gonna know what this means, but I need to channel my inner Lockie for this, don't I? So I need to be back here.
You need to basically, you're creating bounce.
I need to be adding loft and...
You're adding loft
Yeah.
and creating bounce through your hand position and your shaft lean.
Or I need to go, yeah.
But now, you know, you mentioned it earlier. Imagine a hands forward player like
But-
Josh.
Yeah, but you can do that. You just would need to completely change how you interact and play it.
That's correct.
See, if this is the solution, and that wasn't.
That's grabby again.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only one where we've put you in a position where you've had a legit miss.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think that's important to note, which is your ability to manipulate your hands allows you to get away and play a number of grinds.
Yeah.
And I would say that would be similar to, I could probably give a lot of tour players any one of these and they'll figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us, who are much more one or two dimensional wedge players,
Totally agree.
I need something that complements how I do it. And imagine a hands forward player trying to play that L.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. So getting to try every bounce, every grind and combination was interesting. It was an eye-opener, and it certainly was at the same time. It showed kind of two things for me. It showed that it made no difference in certain situations. I was very, easily overriding it in confident situations. At the bunker, I kind of didn't mind those ideas. But you go and put me here, bare lie, wet ground. I wanted some serious conversations about bounce and grind then. I really was asking for the help. That's where I could start to see some dig and some help. Not every time. Because again, my ability to deliver the club is going to override, but when I was delivering the club what I thought was okay, some were sticking and some weren't. So it was so noticeable in those really awkward lies, the ones I hated, the ones I dreaded, that yeah, it made a difference, it helped. And I just thought, this is how you do custom fitting, is that you've got to make sure you put these people in situations they don't like and then see where the compromise is between changing the bounce in that situation and hopefully not affecting the other situations that they do like. It's now hailing a bit here in Dawlish, so the other thing I learned is that living in Carlsbad would probably be quite a good idea.